Welcome to the 8-Bit Cat Show,
Welcome.
a place where... Thomas!
Welcome back.
I hate you.
Let's let her finish this off because we
Hey,
gotta go to
y'all.
bed at some point in time.
Welcome to the 8-Bit Cat Show, a place where friends geek out over the nerdy things we love, sometimes with cats. Who have joined us this evening? There's Rammy Bo and Duke Duke. And you can kind of see Bailey in shadow behind Tom. Kind of, sort of, a little bit. I'm your host, Stephanie Katz. With us tonight, Zach.
That's me.
Peter is here in the ether.
They sacrificed me so more cats would be on the screen.
Whoa.
And Tom.
That's me.
Yay!
Oh, sorry. Hold on. Hey-oh. We're back.
We're back.
We're all here.
We have rematerialized.
We
so-
apologize for the delay. We did not die.
We've done a shit ton of episodes, but something has just gone wrong. And nothing's happening.
So what happened was we intended on recording we did record an episode before 3/4 of the 8-Bit crew went on vacation. But for some reason, something went horribly wrong and there was no volume. So that went nowhere. Then we went on vacation. And if you have seen my most recent post, you know that things happened. Yay.
Oh my gosh.
Whatever.
I'm marrying you and you're too excited.
Well, I would like to personally thank Jay Gilmer42, one of our #1 fans. They did comment and said, congratulations, wishing you the best, lots of love and years of nerdiness together forever. So thank you.
That's actually really sweet. Damn it, now I feel bad.
Yeah, you
Very
should.
nice.
You
That
should
was,
feel.
that was
you
actually
should
very
feel
kind, and I do appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Shout out to Peter for coming with us down to Disney World, braving the crowds and the heat.
And we all came back with the plague.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
and filming that for us so we can have that for posterity, taking some pictures for us. He's a real mensch, and he got the straight up vid. We all did
So now,
Like the video of you guys getting married?
full blown vid.
yes. So now we're just
Whoa.
slightly-
Whoa. Look.
That's
I
like-
got work.
Yeah.
That's like half blown vid. It's fine. It's fine.
Apparently this just lingers. It's fine. So we did get to watch some things while we were
Away.
quarantining and locking ourselves down. Apparently Peter missed the memo. I thought he said he had watched it. Apparently he had not. So Zach and I watched Miss Marvel.
How was it? Because I haven't watched anything.
It was fine.
I work a lot. Story of my life.
Yeah.
I've heard it was really good. I just didn't watch it.
It's definitely different than the comics, but I don't think it's not for a bad reason. They're changing some things around. They're moving their continuity. They're definitely they're doing it so they can bring the X-Men into the universe and do everything like that.
Nah.
But overall, I thought it was good. It was paced weirdly, just like most of the Marvel shows have been paced very oddly. But actually, when they visualize their powers and do it, it was pretty cool. And there was some weird time travel shit, and I don't know. It was interesting for sure. It was very mystical.
I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. It was fine.
I remembered being really annoyed when they did the trailer that they changed how her power works.
Yeah.
It's like, well, that's dumb. Let her be stretchy. And then I remembered the Fantastic Four movie.
Yeah, that's why they didn't let her be stretchy.
Something. Yeah.
Because it would have looked like shit. They probably tried it and go, no, that's terrible. If we make it purple, though, it doesn't have to look real. All right, it's going to be purple weird glass thing that shoots out his energy from her.
Yeah.
The main thing that probably will piss you off, Peter, is she is no longer an Inhuman.
Is she just straight a mutant now?
She's
or
Yes.
straight a mutant. She's no longer an Inhuman. She's a mutant.
What's it coming?
Okay.
She's got an X gene. So yeah, that's how they're going to roll the X-Men into this universe, I guess. Is what
That
it
makes
looks like.
sense that she was made to be like the premier Inhuman when Marvel was annoyed they couldn't get X-Men back from Fox.
So now they're like, well, fuck you. We're going to finally actually make her a mutant because we couldn't make her one in the first place, but now we can. So now we have her.
Yeah.
Perfect. So it does make sense. It's kind of a nice fuck you to Fox because they have the rights to all those characters again now. So it does kind of work out, at least I think, in Disney's favor. They get to do Marvel's favor, really. They get to do what they originally had planned with the character anyway and get to do some different things.
Yeah.
I really liked it. I did enjoy definitely was a different take or a different perspective of the Marvel universe so far. It's definitely a smaller community that they're going with and everything like that. They do branch out a little bit, but they gave you a better idea of like what an actual normal person was going through with a lot of the stuff that was going on in Marvel. Like, what would kids would freak out about superheroes being real? So the whole thing centers around the initial conflict centers around them going to Avenger Con, which is the first inaugural Avenger Con, which is the first convention dedicated to the actual real superheroes in the world.
Wow.
Avengers Con. Kamala goes to Avengers Con.
Avenger
Yes.
Con, yeah, not Avengers Con. Avenger Con.
Just to be clear, is this just the opening for the Avengers game? Because she goes to like an Avengers like event and nerds out with a bunch of nerdy Avenger shit, and then things go wrong and she gets her powers.
They probably stole some stuff from that.
Sort of, kind of, but it's not as like devastating as the game opening. Like it was kind of just like mild, like
Peril,
yeah, like
not death and destruction.
yeah, and it was mostly like.
It was mostly like some Rube Goldberg-esque danger. The whole con falls apart and starts falling on
And it was
around
yeah,
people.
like it was her fault and also like her who kind of like saved the day at the same time, kind of a thing.
Oh, okay, that sounds different enough from the game.
Honestly,
If
The
you're
game, it's
making
definitely
sense.
like Tony's fault.
Yeah, no, this was like
no Tony. Tony.
it's like her powers get activated and she accidentally shoots like a beam thing off and it hits the statue, which then causes a domino effect type of thing, but she ends up saving the day and no one got hurt, so it's all good. But then of course the like sword, shield,
No,
fucking
it's,
strategery, whoever
no.
the fuck they are.
It's the Department of not Homeland Security. It's the one that they make up for after the Battle of New York.
Oh, the cleanup crew.
Gosh, what is the name? What's their official name?
Let me
Damage
find
Control.
it.
Department of Damage Control.
Yeah, damage control.
And
we
so
go.
then they're gonna hunt her down, and it's like I don't know, it's just a whole thing. And
The
Again,
DDC.
Yeah, it definitely
it
looks
was
like they stole
fine.
some drones from Tony at some point in time after the after the Mysterio thing. Definitely looked like they stole some of Tony's drones and they're shooting people. It's great. Also, it looks like a precursor to some Sentinel bullshit because they were definitely tracking them by their X genes, basically.
yeah,
Oh yeah, it definitely looks like some Sentinel bullshit.
I mean the actress that played Miss Marvel, I think, did a really fantastic job.
Honestly,
Like the acting was fine. The story just kind of
again, they had some pacing issues. I think like every other one of their TV shows.
Yeah, they've all had pacing issues.
yeah, and it was kind of this like they just and it also kind of felt like they were trying to pack two stories into one story type of a thing, if that makes sense, and it just like it was fine.
How many episodes was it?
6?
6 or 7.
That's like their freaking go-to, isn't it?
It's-
They don't want to like go over
Yeah.
12
Well,
episodes.
Like
to
we
kinda
we
screw it.
binged it all in one day.
I think,
but-
honestly, I think it would be almost impossible to watch if you didn't watch them all just in a row, basically.
It
It's
was kind of
definitely-
the same issue that I had with like because we all watched it all right in a row, like it was fine, but it was kind of like how my complaints with Moon Knight, like it was like what the fuck is going on? Like what? I'm confused.
Yeah.
It was just some serious pacing issues. It really that was my only issue with it. Overall, writing was solid. The acting was really great, especially considering how many child actors they had in it. The acting was young adult actors, I guess, so quote unquote child actors. They're under 18.
Are you sure? They're probably like in their early 20s.
No, the two actual main characters are under 18. The actual actors, the one that's playing Miss Marvel, she's under 18.
Okay.
Not much, but she is. But they're supposed to be playing like 15-year-olds. Well, no, I guess they're supposed to be playing 17, 18-year-olds. They're actually supposed to be going to college.
No, she's 19.
Ha!
Bang.
Oh, the actress is?
Yeah.
Well, she's 19 now.
Yeah.
She might not have been at the time of filming, but
I-
that's besides the
Yeah, I
point.
think they're supposed to be like sophomores in high school because he's supposed to be getting into like an early acceptance program into MIT or something.
Probably
like that.
juniors.
I don't know. Sophomores.
I think the only one of the Young Avengers actors who have been not a legal adult was America's actress. She's only like 16.
Yeah, when they started filming that.
He's gonna rent
No,
it
she's
for
like
it.
she's 16 right now.
Fuck it. Oh, she is? Wow.
Okay, well,
Yeah, I
we'll
just
record
double
it before I
checked.
fuck that up.
Well, somebody hiss at it. Somebody throw something at that cat.
But I mean, aside from the obligatory Hawkeye was a perfect show with no pacing issues or anything whatsoever, yeah, Marvel's pretty bad about their pacing in their shows.
The Hawkeye was solid. I will say I thought Loki was done pretty well. The pacing on Loki was pretty good.
You want some of that?
Well, yeah, Loki's the one that most immediately Loki and Vision, WandaVision were the ones that most immediately impacted the movies.
Yeah, and like I said, I think their pacing was a lot better on both of those. Hawkeye was great, but yeah, the other ones like Moon Knight's had some issues. Miss Marvel's had some issues. But again, overall, I still
Rambo
think
says
it's definitely
hello.
worth watching. And I would say I'd set off some time and try and at least watch it just in 2 chunks if you can.
I fully plan to watch it. I just haven't gotten around.
Well, that's
to
what
it.
I'm saying. When you sit down to watch it, set aside a little bit of time and watch it in like 2 chunks, like 2 movie length times, and you'd probably be fine.
Fair enough.
It feels. I feel like it's a lot easier. Well, it's a lot better to, I guess, ingest it that way.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of the best way to watch most of the Marvel shows.
Exactly. Yeah. Like I said, I think it's best to just go as much as you can at one time. He missed you, bud.
What's up with your tablecloth?
So this was from Easter.
I can tell.
I haven't got a new one.
There hasn't been any.
Yet.
Well, we weren't here for 4th of
So-
July, so we didn't put the 4th of July one on.
And so now it's been sitting for so the cats have all, climbed on it, so they've got all their...
We normally throw them away after they're done.
Yeah, I just haven't gotten a new one yet.
Definitely weird.
Gotta get our fall
Keeping
one in
it still in the superhero realm, but on the PG side, we went and saw DC's League of Superpets.
there. We're gonna keep it on the more PG side. All right, perfect.
12 out of 10, highly
Yeah.
recommend.
12
I
out
thought
of
you were
10,
going
we're
into
not
like
going
The
12.
Boys, and I was like, that's not PG at all.
No, she's skipping that so we can keep PG for you.
I've got a whole plan here, guys. Let's roll with it.
The plan is to fuck with us. No, we did see DC League of Superpets. Only thing, little sad. No Streaky the cat. No.
No, but the orange cat was Whiskers. He was fantastic. He was
Ow.
like this right now. This
Little orange kitty, yes.
and murderous.
Yeah, no, he is a super villain, and it's amazing. Well, I guess he's more of a supervillain's lackey. He's the guy that the supervillain beefs up way too much to take on the hero, and then gets utterly destroyed at some point in time. And it's real cute. My favorite line is definitely they blow this cat the fuck up,
And then he goes, I still have 8 more lives.
and then they walk away, and it's great.
I loved the turtle. Myrtle?
Myrtle the turtle, I believe.
Myrtle the
yes.
turtle.
I know it's incredibly unlikely, but was Comet in it?
No, Comet the horse and Streaky the cat were not in it.
That's probably for the best, all things considered.
Comet is a rapey immortal centaur that got turned into a horse.
And fell in love with Supergirl.
Yes, and then routinely found magic ways to turn himself into a human, then seduced her and did have sex with her multiple times, and then came back and was her horse and let her ride in that way too. Also, why does a superhero that can fly need to ride a flying horse? I don't know. I know they're just trying to like rip off some She-Ra shit or something like that. I'm not sure exactly what they were going with there, but yeah, all of that was awesome.
So I was like, we're going to keep this PG, and you just like skipped over that whole.
Yeah, fuck
I'm not
PG.
sorry. I'm the one that brought it up for this reason.
How
I'm
dare
not
you?
sorry.
I mean, early Superman. I don't know.
The Golden Age Superman comics are fucking weird, man.
Well, it's more. It was also just like Superman early on couldn't like overtly fly. He could just jump real far.
Well, there's that.
I don't know if that was the case with Kara when she was first introduced.
No, she could automatically. Superman was already to the point that he wasn't able to leap tall buildings in single bound. He just flew.
He just flew. Okay, so it is a complete waste. Got it.
No, it's Merton the turtle.
Merton.
Merton.
The turtle.
Merton.
Anyway, she says bad words and they bleep it out. And I lost it. There's 2 shits and a fuck. The 2 shits that everyone, laughed at. But when she said fuck and they bleeped it out, all you hear is this little kid in the theater go, "She said a bad word." And I died.
Oh, it was amazing. No, she gets super speed as a turtle, and it's quite funny. So she runs at some point in time and ends up in a field outside of Manhattan, outside of Metropolis, and she just goes, "Where the fuck am I?" And it bleeps her, but it's like, "Where the beep am I?" And I'm like, did they just had a curse. I mean,
loved it.
technically they just cursed in this
it.
movie. I know they bleeped it. But this is a kid's movie for sure. They gave it the Shrek treatment, where there's definitely a lot of fun stuff for adults if you're in there too.
Yeah.
It was great.
The cast is fantastic.
Dwayne Johnson, Rock Johnson.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson. Dwayne Johnson.
And Kevin Hart.
Dwayne.
Of course, there's Dwayne Johnson, his twin brother Rock Johnson. And then Kevin Hart, and then Kate McKinnon does the voice of the evil hamster. It's a hamster. Guinea pig. Very, very insistent
lost
that
her
she is
hair.
a guinea pig. Yeah, she's Lex Luthor's pet, basically. So she's bald just like Lex Luthor. It's honestly it's pretty solid. There's a pig in it that's hilarious. PB.
PB.
The Wonder Pig.
Voiced by Vanessa Bayer.
Yeah. I actually, because of this movie, I was trying to figure out. Natasha Lyonne does the voice of the turtle, and I was like, where do I know her from? And she's in a bunch of stuff, but she's in that new Russian Doll show on Netflix, which I don't know if you watched that too. That got me into that because of this. I'm like, what is this Russian Doll thing? And so I'm watching that. I'm like, that show's a mind fuck. If you haven't watched it, we should talk about that one next week because it's fucking amazing.
Fair enough. I'll add that to a list of shit.
The show that you started watching it without me, so now
I will watch it again because I still have no idea what's going on, and I'm already halfway through season 2.
What's it called?
Russian Doll.
All that I can gather from the episode and a quarter that I kind of saw was she does a lot of drugs and wakes up in a graveyard. That's what I got.
Fair enough.
That did happen in one of the episodes. But the first season, it's basically Groundhog Day, and then the second season is some Back to the Future bullshit.
Huh.
It's quite interesting, honestly. It's intriguing. But back to DC's League of Superpets. We messed up though, apparently, when we went, and we didn't stay for the end credit scene.
I was like,
and
we
there
should
was
stay,
one.
and you're like, there won't be one. I'm like, I'm pretty sure there will.
Okay, so there was one, and they basically just I looked it up because I'm like, what the fuck? So Dwayne, Mr. Johnson, Mr. The Rock, he is obviously playing Black Adam in the Black Adam film that's coming out next year now. I think it's next year now.
I thought it was October.
No, it's later this year. It's October, yeah.
Yeah, later this year.
But because he also plays the voice of Crypto in this movie. But so apparently the end credit scene is he's playing fetch with Superman in the park, and some dog steals his Squishy Bruce, because apparently Crypto knows Batman's secret identity.
Of course he does.
And I do love.
And it's squeaky, not squishy.
Squeaky Bruce. Sorry, yes, it's a little Batman chew toy. It's Squeaky Bruce. So some other dog steals it, and it's Anubis, Black Adam's dog, and Black Adam shows up, and The Rock voices Black Adam, and Anubis, and Crypto, and they're the only 3 people in the scene. So, John Krasinski is there as Superman. Is it weird that The Rock is playing his dog, and Jim from The Office is Superman?
Keanu Reeves was also in this movie.
Keanu Reeves was Batman,
right?
He
plays Batman.
Yeah, he plays Batman, and it's
fantastic.
Not bad. It's not bad. There's a great scene with Ace the Wonder Dog, and
Ace is the Bat Hound.
Ace the Wonder Dog, the Bat Hound. Yes, Ace the Wonder Dog is his original name in the comics.
Well, this is in the comics.
Well, yeah. So there's a great scene where they both do their tragic expository to each other while refusing to be friends and then immediately becoming friends. Batman, I do love. There's a great scene where Keanu Reeves' Batman is just listing off. He's like, I always work alone, except, and then lists all the people he's ever worked with. He's like, and just like cuts away from him because he's like Commissioner Gordon and Barbara Gordon and Robin and which Robin are you talking about? And he just goes through and lists them all. He's like, but I work alone.
It's funny.
It's not bad.
Highly enjoyed.
I was not a big fan of what they did to Cyborg.
What did they do to Cyborg?
I think in trying to be extremely not racist, it kind of ended up being a little racist.
We gave him a half afro.
A half afro.
What?
Well, yeah, because you know how part of his head
he only has
is...
half a human head, so the half of his head that's still human apparently still grows hair, and he's not bald like he is in every other iteration of the character, and he has a giant fro.
So like a
No,
like a full
'cause
like
that
ball
doesn't make sense.
fro, like a 70s fro.
Yeah,
mean,
like
that
full
doesn't
on,
make
yeah,
sense.
like 70s fro.
Wow. Am I doing a half fro?
So
Weird.
Cyborg did have hair in his original, like, design, but
Yeah,
it
but
didn't
not
have like a half fro.
But yeah, but not a giant half fro. Yeah, it was weird. And he's been bald in most other iterations because he just shaves his head because he likes that it matches the chrome side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Well, he had a half fro.
bald or really short. Yeah.
Yeah, it was an interesting choice. It honestly, it
We
made him
forgot about the squirrel.
it made him look extremely cartoony to me. Honestly, that was the sad part.
That was probably more the goal than anything else, was to make it look cartoony.
It was over the top though. It was diving into some Teen Titans territory.
We forgot about
The reboot,
the
not the good one.
The electro
wow.
squirrel.
Oh yeah, I forgot. God, what's the squirrel's name? Shit. The squirrel was
Squirrel.
quite funny as well.
Red squirrel, Chip.
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 Yeah,
Voiced
Diego
by
Luna.
Cassian Andor.
Yeah, Diego Luna. Yeah. He is a squirrel that gets lightning powers, but also is like an anxious wreck.
Nice.
And then he also gets Green Lantern powers because apparently he becomes the Green Lantern's pet, and he
Okay.
also gets a ring which reminds me of I believe it's also Chip, but I think it's spelled weird with a asterisk, or not asterisk, a apostrophe in there, who is the squirrel Green Lantern.
You're thinking of Badge.
Is it Badge?
Yeah, but it's spelled BDG.
Is it?
Yeah,
I thought it was.
Badge.
Is it? Oh, I thought it was something different than Badge. All right. Fine.
Bitch.
Bitch.
Sorry, so for the longest time...
No, it's Chip. It's
This was the
CH
only thing I
apostrophe
would
P. Chip, CH apostrophe P, is a fictional superhero appearing in American comic books published by DC Comics. He is a member of the Green Lantern Corps. An extraterrestrial, it resembles an anthropomorphic rodent such as a squirrel or chipmunk.
Badge is an alien superhero known as Green Lantern and a member of the Green Lantern Corps. The Guardians of the Universe gave him a power ring. He resembles a squirrel.
So there's two?
There's two of them.
Yeah, Chip would be the alien, and then Badge, I guess, would be that squirrel.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, so, okay. Badge is the one that replaces Chip when Chip dies, when Hal turns evil and becomes Sinestro.
Oh. I'm looking right here. Yeah, apparently in the Lego DC Supervillains game, you can unlock Badge, but you can't get Chip.
Lame.
Makes sense. Badge is the more current one.
Yeah, but Chip's better. He's the original.
They're just squirrels with Green Lantern rings, honestly.
Pretty much.
It's great. It's so stupid. I love it.
I figured the Red Lantern cat would be more popular.
I do love the Red Lantern cat.
Dexstar.
Dexstar.
I know,
He
what's
has the saddest. I was telling Stephanie about it earlier. He has like I would put it up there, the saddest origin story in comics.
So what is this?
It's fucking dark.
Is it Adorable Rodent World Heaven?
What?
Did I say heaven?
What?
H apostrophe LVEN?
Elven?
LVN?
Yeah, it's H apostrophe LVEN.
That's the world.
That's their home world of these anthropomorphic rodents.
I don't know if it's an I or if it's... or an L.
Halvin? Ilvin?
Because if it was a capital L,
Helven?
it would be with a line. But that looks like a capital I.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's heaven. Because when you have badge, and badge not really spelled right. So I don't know.
I don't know.
I was just looking
Anyway,
at stuff.
Looks like it's supposed to be pronounced Haven, so it's probably an I.
Could be Haven. Yeah, could be Haven.
I don't know. Whatever.
Either way, weird as fuck.
It's odd. Yes, it's quite odd. Yeah, Dexter makes me sad every time I think about that. He just wanted to be a good kitty.
Yeah.
So he murdered the universe.
Sounds about right.
He has righteous anger, and that's why he gets a Red Lantern ring, and it's fucked up. It's amazing. So kids try to kill him by throwing him off the Brooklyn Bridge in a sack.
Well, then he should have murdered them.
Yeah, and he did. He straight up did. Did not think twice about it. But now DC League of Superpets, go watch it. It was funny. It was heartwarming. I almost cried at one point.
There
I
were
did tear up.
tears.
I did tear up. I did tear up a little bit.
Fair enough.
Tried to suck that single man tear right back in, going, all right, no, it's too much. It's a kid movie. There's 6-year-olds around here. You can't cry.
Can't cry.
No one would have seen.
I would have. I would have known.
Well, now we'll take a hard left turn and talk about the fucked up thing.
We're gonna go to some X-rated shit,
We're
basically.
gonna go to the boys.
TVMA, if I may.
TV, MMA,
TVMA.
MAAA.
Mucho audiences.
Pretty like MMA. All the fight scenes.
Jensen Ackles' butt broke Amazon.
She got excited when she saw Jensen Ackles' butt.
It was
Of
just
course
a,
she did.
It was just a butt.
That wasn't Jensen Askell. It was his
No, it wasn't. It was actually him.
He did not use a. He didn't use a butt double.
It was a butt double.
Okay.
He did not, in fact, use a butt double. He has said in multiple interviews.
Yeah, he's
because
gonna
people
always
asked
say
him
that. He's
immediately.
like, oh yeah, that's totally my butt. Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't it be my butt?
Honestly, though, with
There's no
Jensen
proof.
Ackles, why wouldn't it be his butt? Come on.
There's no proof.
That guy seems like the kind of guy to go, you want to see my butt? Okay. I've been doing a lot. I've been working out a lot. You can see my butt. It's fine.
There's no proof.
He was jacked as hell. I'll give him that.
Show him the receipts.
I saw the pictures.
from the behind the scenes.
Yeah, no, dude was jacked as fuck, man.
I bet they have.
I need to see the front of the scenes. See what I'm asking there.
0 pictures behind the scenes of his butt.
Where is the
So this
front
season
of the scenes?
was really fucked up.
They're all fucked up.
Yeah.
But it was like
It's all fucked up.
Shock
even
you.
more fucked up. Like, they opened this season with a guy exploding inside of another guy's penis. And then,
The fact that they actually built a life-size penis for them to go into so they could get the lighting right
well, I don't
is
think
really
they
fucked up. No,
I don't think they built it. I think they just had a practical so that they could film, but nobody actually went inside. Like that was all CG.
no, that was not. The inside of the penis part, they built that as a practical set, lubed the guy up in KY jelly, and put him inside of that thing, and he had him slop around. That was a thing. They spent a ridiculous sum of money on it, and it was real.
It's horrible.
I think we talked about this before on
Yeah.
the show, actually.
And that's how fucked up it is. It needs to be brought up again. I think it was on the
if
silent episode.
If you are referring to what I brought up about the practical, like that wasn't what I was talking about. Like they built like a scale model, but nobody ever climbed inside.
No, they built a full-size one.
Where did you see this article?
The guy climbed inside. It's real.
This is. I shouldn't Google this because this is not gonna go well.
The
Yeah, no, it does.
The boy's penis. Don't do that.
She's literally typing in the boy's penis.
Don't do
Or the
it.
boy's practical penis.
Oh, there you go. That's gonna be even better.
I
It'd
think
be
I think
effect
I
penis.
really.
Effect penis.
Well, the lead-in for this article is go literally inside the massive penis prosthetic that was that had an explosive debut in season 3 premiere.
That giant penis from the boy season 3 is real.
Yeah, I'm looking for the photo. I need receipts.
I really hope they don't.
I'm
put it for
desperately hoping that I don't
Show me
see
the
a
penis.
photo of this.
It was okay. Apparently, it was a 10-foot animatronic dick puppet.
All right, now that that's
Bring me
over,
to
I'm
the
going to
dick
go ahead
puppet.
and clear my history.
Bring me the dick puppet.
Did you just say bring me to the dick puppet?
All right.
Snip it.
All right.
Snip that right there.
Bring me to the dick puppet.
Hold on to that for
Oh,
forever.
that's our t-shirt. That's our first t-shirt, guys. Bring me to the dick puppet.
If I just click images, is that bad?
Yeah, it's gonna give you a lot.
Okay,
of
here
dicks.
we go. Here we go. Yeah, like that.
Yeah, he walks inside the dick head. That's really...
Bring me to the dick
It's
puppet.
real spongy looking.
Yeah, like a penis.
You know what it look. You know what it looks like. A
It looks like a
fleshlight.
I was gonna say it looks like a 90-year-old dude's asshole. That's what it looks like. But yeah, you know why it looks like a fleshlight? Penises and vaginas are eerily similar. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
One's just backwards than the other.
Pretty much, that's literally how they do that.
That's
is
how it
they
works.
flip it inside out. Pretty much is how that works.
Peter, did you leave us? Are you back?
I was here the whole time. Just after Googling that shit, clearing my history and cookies.
Hey, Peter.
What's up?
Bring me the dick puppet.
You're gonna. Jesus. All right, Peter, what you're going to do for me is you're going to get on Reddit. You're going to go to r/mindbleach. I believe it's mind bleach or brain bleach. I can't remember what the subreddit is. But it'll give you some nice pictures of some puppies and kitties playing and stuff like that, just to get that image out of your head for you.
Don't even do that. Just make a new.
I think
make
it's mind bleach. I think it's mind bleach.
Make a new Reddit
So
post.
wait, if they built a practical 10-foot dick puppet, did they also build a practical stretchy penis?
Most likely, yes.
Yeah.
Most likely, yes.
Damn it, my search history is gonna be so fucked.
Oh.
I need to know now.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I will say when they went to
Bring me the dick puppet. I want to see a stretchy penis.
I think you're literally killing Stephanie.
yeah, they do show up to Herogasm later in the season,
Yeah.
Peter. It's different than it is in the comics, but they do show up to Herogasm, and there is a guy who's basically Mr. Fantastic, but only with his penis.
No, I'm pretty sure he's Mr. Fantastic everywhere. He's just choosing to use it.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm pretty sure that was in the comics. But
it might
here's
have
the
been.
thing. It can be different from the comics, but it's still adapting something fundamentally disgusting like Herogasm. So I'm like, cool. If you change some shit, that's fine. I still refuse to engage.
You engaged enough because you Googled
You
the
Goog-
penis puppet with me.
So now it's not a dick puppet, it's a penis puppet?
Dick penis puppet penis.
We did warn them that we were going to X-rated territory here. TVMA.
Quickly went off the rails.
That's all you got to do this whole episode. Just beep, 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 beep. Bring me to the beep puppet.
I was glad that they finally actually gave the boys some superpowers in this season, though, because that's kind of the whole point of the whole comic, is that they have superpowers to take out soups.
Hey Peter, in the comic, does the Temp V kill them?
No.
Lame.
Yeah.
At least I'm pretty sure it can. There's not really a lot of negative side effects to Temp V. It also doesn't do much besides like the standard like superhero stuff, so super speed, strength, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it adapted. They did adapt like the powers that you had told us about. They did adapt all those powers, but they changed it up a little bit. So apparently, after like 3 to 5 doses, it basically turns your brain to mush.
Yeah, it
Well, I
starts
mean,
turning your
that's
brain
probably the case with any drug where you can overdose. I don't remember that being a specific plot point.
Now, the specific plus point in this one is even when used in the quote-unquote correct dosage, after like 3 doses, your brain turns into Swiss cheese.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, no, that's not
Yeah,
a thing.
that was a
use
new
it
thing.
constantly throughout the comic.
So
yeah.
apparently, Billy Butcher has.
Mush brains.
He's got like 6 months left to live now.
To be clear, Billy Butcher is a terrible human being and an antagonist in this, and y'all shouldn't be voting for him.
Should probably die. Most
Yeah.
deservedly, yes. I agree. He's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
But I did like Huey, he got teleporting powers. But he can't teleport his clothes, so anytime he teleports anyone, he just ends up naked, and it's fucking hilarious.
Is Peter?
So I will say-
told us.
That is significantly more entertaining to give them unique abilities or different abilities than just, oh, they're really strong and like they've got the like original Superman powers.
Yeah.
That's significantly better because the boys come. Just because I don't want to engage with the show doesn't mean I haven't paid attention. There is a lot more depth to what's going on in this show than what there was in the comics. They're actually trying to do something. They're just, I don't give a shit.
Yeah. The
Um,
comics were just bashing on comics, basically, in general.
Exactly.
They were
So them getting Super V was just so that a superhero or a superpowered boys could beat the shit out of people.
Well, only Billy and Huey used it. So Billy did end up doing like your typical superheroes, like basically he got Superman powers. So him and Homelander were pretty on par with each other.
He was Homelander, but he couldn't fly.
Yeah.
It doesn't give him flight or anything.
Yeah,
like
he had laser vision and super strength and dang near invulnerability, kind of shit like that.
I mean, hell, the first time Super V gets used with Huey in the comics, he is made to fight someone who does not have superpowers and immediately kills him in a pretty disgusting way.
Oh yeah,
And
it's fucked.
Listed to have been done this way on purpose, just because fucking Billy wanted to fuck with Huey.
Yeah, of course. Butcher's an asshole.
So here's my issue.
That you paid attention to this show for 3 seasons, you finally realized it's just gross nonsense?
No, that part doesn't bother me.
Okay.
I will 100% point out how fucked up it is, and in the moment be like, oh. Because you have to be in the right headspace to watch that show. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you're not ready to dive into that and Google dick puppets, maybe not. This isn't for you at this time. No, but what annoyed me... Okay, so, like... Soldier Boy's superpower beamy thing doesn't... Like, it kills regular people. But it doesn't actually kill Soups. It just, like, burns the V out of their blood and makes them more, like, puts them back to being normal people. So why would Butcher stop him from zapping Homelander and the kid?
Because they want to have another season of this show. Well, there's
Like,
that, and then the other half, if you watch the Hero-gasm, is it not only did it burn the V out of the system, but while it was doing that, it was also burning their faces off. So if they just lost their healing power because they don't have
then
superpowers
how did Maeve
anymore,
survive?
Because Maeve was in the air and she didn't get the full brunt of the force. She didn't stay in the fire. It knocked her enough to knock the powers out of her. But she was in the air and it blew her down to the ground.
Kimiko got the full blast.
Yeah, and her superpower was coming back from the dead, and it almost killed her.
Yeah.
Her superpower was that she was Wolverine and would literally live through anything, and she almost died. When we've literally seen her get shot in the head, and then stand up and go ooh, and then shoot that guy, and then smash the bullet that just went through her head into another dude's head and kill him.
I did really like her flash dance.
Flashdance murdering people with dildos? Yeah, that was interesting.
That was fantastic.
And then getting shot in the head.
I was waiting for your Google to be like, researching dildos.
I was just playing Flashdance on Spotify.
Dildos have been added to your shopping list.
So, Tom, you're caught up. What do you think?
I didn't think it was bad. I think it was all right. It wasn't like, oh my god, but it was just kind of like, all right, yeah, it's a funny show and it's fucked up. And,
the last episode was a little bit of an oh my god. I'm like, motherfucker.
Yeah.
That kid's like gonna be a little shit now.
I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about the lady that can pop anybody's head in the world is now going to be the vice president.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about her. She was off my radar.
With Bobby Singer from Supernatural.
Eric Kripke.
No, I think the only sad thing was the Deep. The Deep always gets a shit in his stick.
I know.
But he was
He had to eat his best friend. Making him eat the fucking octopus that he knows. He's like, this is Jerry. He has kids.
Yeah.
I can't eat him. Eat the fucking octopus.
He's praying.
I feel so bad for him. Like,
I don't also because he's also a huge piece of shit.
Yeah, didn't he?
Yeah, but I
wasn't
think
he getting a freaking octopus blowjob too?
I think it's because he's like
I think it's
naive and dumb.
I think it's his comeuppance from raping
trying to
whatever.
trying to rape
Starlight.
Yeah, he
From
inappropriately
Annie?
showed himself.
trying to mouth rape her in the first episode. In the comic books, he does successfully do that thing. It's his comeuppance for being a huge piece of shit. And guess what? Everyone in the show is a huge piece of shit, and they will get their comeuppance eventually, except for Starlight. She's probably going to be okay.
She was okay in the comics too.
Hopefully, she kills Huey at some point because he's starting to piss me the fuck off.
No, he's.
Oh yeah, I guess
he got it figured out. He's coming back.
He redeemed himself like in the last episode. There, I was willing. Yeah, I kind of hope his brain turns into Swiss cheese. This is gonna be the best ending to this show. Kill Huey off, perfect. Fuck that guy. He was turning into a real prick.
I mean, I don't know. I get it. Like, your girlfriend is a superhero and she doesn't need you.
Your other girlfriend was blown up by a superhero.
In his defense, in his girlfriend's defense, who's a superhero, he said it didn't bother him.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
guess what? If you
until
lie, you're a fucking asshole.
Until her ex showed up and they were all like...
Yeah, well, that guy got brutally murdered too, so...
Yeah.
I will say Homelander did kill a bunch of motherfuckers. Though, is it weird? I was both simultaneously rooting for and against Stormfront when she bites off her own tongue and chokes on her own blood. I'm like,
Bro.
hey, she just killed a Nazi. But I'm like, ooh, what a way to go. Ouch. On his birthday? Damn.
That's so fucked.
No, what was fucked was the fact that they were keeping her alive. Let that Nazi bitch die. She's a Nazi.
Whose plan was
Horrible.
that is my question.
To save her Homelanders. And the guy with the laser eyes makes the rules, okay? No. Giancarlo Esposito really got the short end of the stick in this season. I think he's gonna be back on top though. He's gonna end up back on top by next season for sure.
We're going to meet him this weekend.
That man doesn't stay. You can't keep that man down. He's too evil and cold and calculating. Not in real life. He's actually he's kind of a dick in real life too. He apparently has done some fucked up kids to his daughters. Like they're like, "Oh, Daddy, you're so mean on screen," and like he'd do the whole Moff Gideon shit at them and just fuck with them, and I'm like, "That's fantastic."
We're going to the superhero car show in Comic-Con this weekend, and we're going to meet him and Mr. Obi-Wan himself.
Meet my boy Ewan. God, no, apparently. Thanks, Tom.
So if you haven't watched it, and
Listen
you
to
have Apple TV, Ted Lasso is an amazing show.
I don't have Apple TV, so I wouldn't know.
Well, you should get it.
I don't have TV.
It's Jason Sudeikis, and it's effing hilarious, and also heartwarming and heartfelt and deep. Makes you think about some things. Makes you laugh. Makes you
It's
cry.
got the right amount of drama without being soap opera-y.
Shucks.
And also, there's for being partly British comedy based, there's not a lot of the awkward humor that you get on there sometimes. Though there's some. There definitely some. Also, Ted hates tea, and it's the funniest thing in the world. That he
And
said.
bubble water.
Oh yeah, he can't drink fizzy water. Yeah. So whenever anybody asks for water, and they say bubbles or not, he goes, no.
God, how many streaming services do you guys have?
All of them.
Almost all of
I
them.
don't have HBO.
I have HBO, but I don't have Apple TV.
Still cheaper than cable.
It is. We maxed it out. And to have every single streaming service is still cheaper than having
But
cable.
only if you buy them by the year.
Yes.
Oh,
You know, that's how you save your money.
at least you're being frugal. That's how it works.
I get more channels.
Yeah.
Though the one thing I need to do, I need to go get a digital antenna so I just get local channels. I want some live sports every now and then sometimes, you know.
You can get those depending on what sport on Prime or...
a lot like
Doesn't Disney have ESPN now?
No,
Yeah.
you get ESPN Plus. You don't actually get ESPN.
Oh, jeez.
And ESPN, so you get every 30 for 30 ever made, and I think they even have some of the old Sports Center commercials just on there, which is not a bad thing to enjoy every now and then. I love me some of those are the dumbest commercials in the world, but I love them and they're amazing. They're only ever aired during Sports Center. Why are you advertising the show that you are currently airing in the ad? It's amazing. I love it.
For the same
So
reason that we advertise for our own show at the end of every...
Oh yes, no, I understand it, but they're real commercials
In the middle of the show.
in the
not
middle
even,
of the show that they're advertising for.
Not even like us plugging like our Facebook or Instagram.
No. It's not like if it was on ESPN later in the day and like Sports Center's coming up. No, it's only during Sports Center that those commercials air.
Say, what's our Facebook again?
8-Bit Cats.
Oh, okay. And our
It's
Insta?
all 8-Bit Cats.
8-Bit Cats.
Oh, okay. See, there you go.
We made it easy. It's
The
all
only
8-Bit Cats.
eventually when we actually figure out how Twitch works, that will be the only. It's 8-Bit_Cats because someone already had 8-Bit Cats.
Oh, such
Look at
a
that.
you.
Popular.
Yeah.
So popular.
They saw us on Facebook, stole our name. They're just waiting for us to DM them and ask how much is going to be for that domain name.
Uh-huh.
Need your handle, bro.
It's fine.
Hilarious. We have no.
But Ted Lasso is
Ted.
Tad Lasso.
Ted.
Taddy Lasso.
I love Beard.
His assistant coach is Coach Beard.
Oh, okay.
He kind of reminds me of you a little bit.
A little bit. Beardo.
Yeah. A little weird.
He is a little weird.
Little weird.
Yeah.
Kind of quiet, but when he does talk, you listen. You listen.
Tom would pull off those sequin pants.
Oh, no, he could have done it. He could have done it.
So, at one point in time, Beard is having a real bad night.
Mm-hmm.
So,
The worst.
they lost the super important quarterfinal, semifinal, whatever match, and he's just like,
Sports?
yeah, they're soccer coaches,
Football.
football coach.
Football.
Yeah,
Footy.
American football or?
no, like
European.
soccer football.
Well, actually,
Soccer.
they are American football coaches who get hired to coach an English
Soccer.
football club.
Oh.
And specifically with it's like a major league situation. She's trying to tank the team to get
because
back at
it was
her
their
ex-husband.
ex-husband's, and she got in the. But anyway, so he's like
It
walking
starts
home,
out as a major league situation, then it turns.
and
He turns her
he-
because he's so
Nice.
humble.
Yeah.
he ends up at a bar, and he's talking with these three guys that had been giving them like a hard time like this whole time, but they're kind of like coming around.
They're huge fans of the team and not fans of them because they're losing.
So Beard imparts some like real important wisdom on it, and it like blows their mind. So then they go and they end up like sneaking into this super exclusive club that you're like supposed to have a membership to. And he sees this like really pretty lady across the bar. And now he's also having like some relationship issues, like him and his girl may be broken up, like it's kind of unclear, like he said I love you, she won't say it back. It's a whole thing.
She's also
So-
nuts. Like legitimately, she's insane.
Well, that's good.
So he like went to go follow her, but she disappeared, and he ended up in this room, and it's like, you know, like the lava lamp stuff, like that's just kind of showing on these TVs, and he's sitting on this chest, and he goes to stand up, and it rips his pants. He's like, motherfucking bullshit. And then like security guard comes and he's like, what are you doing? He's like, your fucking table just ripped my pants. And the guy like
He's just
throws
having
him
a
out of
bad
the
day.
club. And he's like, you're not a member here. And he's like, my friends are there. So now he's just like,
Out on the street in his underwear.
yeah, well, kind of in his underwear, like, it's,
Pants are hanging down. You can see it. You can see his shorties.
but then like the lady's there, and she's like, oh, come with me. I can fix your pants. So they like walk to her apartment.
And you think it's a pickup line, but it's not. She
So
really
they
just
fix his
fixes his
pants?
pants.
Yeah, like, and so while she's sewing his pants together, she hands him this pair of like sequiny, like embellished
They're
bell-bottom pants.
They're definitely like some 70s disco pants because apparently she steals a pair of pants from every one of her lovers.
Oh, wow.
So then, while he's waiting for his pants to get sewn, her
Boyfriend shows up.
baby daddy,
Whatever.
because it turns out she's pregnant,
Huh.
his baby daddy shows up, and her phone rings, and she's like, answer the phone, and it's him. He's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you, and like he's like a big jack dude. So then he like tries to go out the fire escape, and then he ends up jumping off the building into like a dumpster, and in real life he would have died. Like he would not have survived that fall. There's no way. So, but he does like have a limp, so he's still trying to run away, and then he tries to hop on the bus, but then he doesn't have any money, and this old lady like calls him out on it, so he gets kicked off the bus.
Because his wallets are in his pants that she's sewing up.
Yeah. And so then he's walking down this alley, and he runs into one of his footballers, his dad, who's like a real prick. And earlier that day, he had thrown him out of the locker room and kind of sort of maybe rammed him into the door and been like, oh, sorry, you should have opened that. So Dad and his two friends
Proceed to beat the shit out of him.
And then Jack dude shows up and beats the shit out of them. And Beer's like, oh, kind of just like, all right, that's it. This is it. I'm about to die. And the guy's like, oh, no, I just wanted to give you your phone and wallet back.
Sorry I blew up. She explained the whole situation. That's on me. I just have real trust issues. I'm really insecure ever since I found out she was pregnant. I didn't know if this was going to happen. I didn't know really how to provide. And they have a whole like deep conversation.
And then he's like, she's keeping your pants. But she said you could keep those ones. And he's like, oh, that's good.
And the big guy's like, hey, they look good on you. And walks away. It's like hands him his wallet and his phone and walks away. And then he turns around and he goes, it's been a whole point. He's dropped his keys like 14 times a day, and people just keep picking up and go, hey, I think you dropped these. So he goes, oh, and I think you dropped these. And he grabs his keys one more time. Then he gets home
and the key breaks on me, can't get in, and then it starts torrential downpouring.
Yeah, that sounds like me.
It's the worst.
It's the worst luck possible.
Just everything that could go wrong.
He ends up in this church, which then ends up like there's a secret club in the basement where he runs into his girl, and then everything's like fine. So the next morning he shows up to like the coaches meeting, and he's got a fucking black eye. And everyone's like, "Are you okay?" And he's like,
"Yep,
I fell out of bed." And the one guy, Roy, he's like, "That didn't happen." And everyone's like, "Okay, whatever." And then he puts his feet up on the desk, and he's still wearing the pants.
Still wearing them because he never went home. He just walked in. He's like, "Fuck it." So yeah, there's some great moments in the show. I highly recommend it. Jason Sudeikis is funny as hell as always, and there's some great British accents. If you like and follow any European football, it's really enjoyable. And if you don't have to. It's just fine.
Because Ted still doesn't quite know like all the terminology, so they use that as a way to like explain things to you as it's happening.
It's pretty great, honestly. It's they do a good job with it, and they throw some of your like real famous English football clubs in there. Like they talk about Tottenham, they talk about other stuff. There's a great throwaway line to making fun of Rob McElhenney and Ryan Reynolds because they're like, first we got these Americans buying clubs, now we got them coaching for us. What the fuck is going on in English in the English football? And so there's a great throwaway line for that too. They're like, fuck those guys.
Ryan Reynolds is a very nice man.
Oh, extremely. I would.
He is.
Rob McElhenney seems like a great guy too. I would love to hang out with either of those dudes, even at their soccer stadium in England. What else we got today?
That, unless either of you have seen or played or done anything else recently in the last month.
Do you want to talk about any of the trailers that came out recently?
There was a trailer for Andor.
There's one for Andor. There's one for still recently, I guess, Wakanda Forever.
That got mixed.
They announced Phase 4 and Phase 5. I don't know.
I wouldn't have much to say other than looks good. Like,
I will be interested to see how they shoot around Chadwick Boseman in that, basically.
Good, they killed him off.
Well, yeah, but I'll be interested to see how they film that in there.
He's dead.
I don't think they're gonna show him dead, like his death.
Like I said, but I wouldn't surprise me if we just got like a funeral scene or some shit in there.
Oh.
I think they're trying to fake you out, make you think it's a wedding scene, but it's actually going to be a funeral scene.
That fake out wouldn't work because we all know he's fucking dead.
We don't know he's dead.
We do. They showed there's a memorial for him, and in the trailer, the mom says, "My son's dead."
Everything.
Yes.
Everyone's dead.
I agree that, but we don't know the circumstances around his death. They're going to have to explain that.
Dead.
Assassination.
I don't think they're going to.
They're going to have to explain it something.
They don't have to do anything.
Hopefully it's that Namor the Submariner killed his fucking ass.
It's fucking Marvel, and they haven't done a good job of fucking explaining anything since fucking Endgame.
Again, it can happen.
Also, please don't let Namor be the one that killed him. Then he'll never be able to be a good guy.
Good. Fuck Namor. I refuse to acknowledge that his name is Namor. It's Namor.
Why does everyone hate him?
Nah, he's fine. He's just a shittier version of Aquaman, who's already not great.
Aquaman is fine. He is not a bad character.
I said not great. I didn't say he was bad. I didn't say he was terrible. I said he was just not great.
He talks to fish.
I really liked
He
Aquaman
doesn't
in
talk to fish.
DC League of Superpets.
He uses low-level telepathy.
He gets when the the guinea pigs get all the powers, and then the water guinea pig becomes his pet.
And yes, that is the actual thing. He uses low-level telepathy. He does not talk to fish.
He does talk to fish.
He
It's
does
telepathy. It's talking in his mind.
He uses
No,
mind.
it's not at all like,
he
oh,
can't-
hey, go do this for me.
He can't translate what the fish is saying to him. The fish can't
Well,
go, Timmy's
he's
stuck
got
in a well.
some shitty motherfucking powers, doesn't he?
No, he does. He actually has some great ones. He literally has command of all 7 seas. His trident controls the tides and the weather over the ocean. He has full unremittent power over the seas.
So never go to the ocean, and I'm fine.
No, he can cause a tsunami and flood the entire country, and which is what he did in Flashpoint.
He also just has an army that he can use to casually invade and probably win against,
Anyone.
land forces.
He's got Wakanda level technology, and sometimes he turns to assholism quite easily if you fuck with him too much. You chop off his hand once and make him replace it with a bloody hook, and he gets really upset. Honestly.
I mean, that was kind of the point of the New 52 version of him, was that he was basically tired of being treated like a joke amongst the Justice League, and decided to prove he's not.
Yeah, because he's not.
So he just
And
talks
it worked
to fish.
out in his favor.
And then he fucks up the world. He's amazing.
Just talks to
Yeah.
fish. That's it.
No, that's the deep.
I am a fish talker.
No, he's a fish fucker.
No, that's the deep.
You're not wrong.
Well, technically it's a cephalopod, so not really a fish. The more fucked up part is that octopuses are that intelligent, and he was still doing that. Apparently, he was. Though I will say, apparently he did get consent from the octopus.
At the same time, they have beaks.
I'm sorry, what?
That does seem. I wasn't even
Octopus
thinking
have
about
beaks.
that. Now that seems dangerous.
Octopuses have beaks.
Did he surgically remove the beak?
I have no idea. That's why I'm confused. Because octopuses have beaks.
Like bird beaks?
Yeah, like a
Yeah,
hard
that-
cartilaginous or keratinous beak. Yeah, it's literally. Octopuses and squids both have them.
I don't like octopi. Freak me.
You also don't like saying the word octopuses.
Who does, really?
Everybody?
Octopuses?
No, octopuses or octopi.
That's
Both
their
are
job.
different.
Huh!
That's the skull. That's the only
the-
bones. That's
that's
the
the
only
job.
bones in a octopus.
In the octopus, how they get through like all the like little holes and stuff. As long as their mouth can fit, they know they can fit.
It's just kind of like a cat. As long as their head can fit,
As long as
everything
their
else
head
can go.
fit, they know that they're going to be as wide as their body.
Yeah, until the cat is dumb and gets stuck.
Or he gets fat.
And actually, octopus don't even have to worry
They
about
can
that
understand.
because they can basically unhinge and fold that jaw flat too and get through pretty much anything.
Why?
They're escape artists and they're amazing.
But yeah, just think about it.
I don't want to.
That
I'm
thing
good.
had a beak,
Snip, snip.
and he was okay with getting.
Again, I think it's because it was a willing participant. I don't think you.
some octopusy.
And he went for it.
Why?
Some octopus puss.
Full circle.
But again,
Do
I.
octopi even have gender, or are they asexual?
No, they definitely have male and female octopus.
How do they have babies?
They lay eggs, and the male fertilizes them in a cloud, and then they
Where do
Watch
the
over
eggs
there.
come from?
the female's egg sac. She is an ovipositor.
I have so many questions
Mm,
about
they-
octopi
They
now.
they basically make a den underwater, and they both take turns guarding it for like the 7-month gestation period that it takes to make a tiny octopus because they have such large brains. That's why their gestation period is so long.
They're very smart.
So why is our show turning into Animal Planet?
Octopi are awesome
Because the deep had sex
with an octopus, and we're trying to figure out how he didn't lose his octopus.
It's a valid question.
We're
Again, I
confused.
believe it's only because it was a consenting party. I don't think you'd want to do that with an unwilling cephalopod.
We're confused how he didn't lose his dick puppet.
They made it with practical effects. It's
Oh.
10 feet tall.
Uh,
So did anybody watch anything else we could stop talking about this?
Well, I was just gonna move on into extra bits.
Works for me.
Peter, tell us what's up.
Peter, tell us all about your bits. Describe them in detail.
Comic book YouTuber that I'm a fan of named Comic Drake, or that's the name of his channel, did a video on Ken Penders, the absolute psychopath who wrote Sonic the Hedgehog for 15 years.
Why
And
is he a
oh,
Are these
psychopath?
these comic books?
Comic books, yeah.
Comic books.
They were the Archie comic versions of those. He
Ah.
actually also owns 200 of the characters that appeared in that because Archie was terrible about character copyrights and work for hire contracts.
So him as a personal as an individual owns the rights to 200 basically all 200
Yes.
characters that he came up with.
Yes, they're all echidnas though. So he's been throwing a fit about the Sonic the Hedgehog movies where other echidnas besides Knuckles show up, saying that those are his characters.
But basically, they just have to give them a different name, and then they're not.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
But Ken
Exactly.
Penders is crazy, and what you're saying
and
is
yeah,
I need
he's
to
an
watch
absolutely
this.
insane person.
I need
Yeah,
to
it's
watch
great.
this video to figure out why our Sonic really went off the rails.
Yes,
Fun.
it's great. I
I'm
love
on
it.
board. I'm on board.
It's also his fault that we never got a proper conclusion to the old Sonic cartoon.
No, the animated series, the one with
Yeah. Sonic, what was it, Sad M?
what is it the one with Jalila White voicing Sonic?
He did both of those.
Yeah. Oh wow.
It was the more serious one.
Ah,
He's the
gotcha,
reason we
gotcha.
never got a third season or a movie to conclude that story.
Gotcha.
It is like not even a joke. It is directly his fault. He is to blame.
Is that explained in this video?
Yes.
Oh, nice. All right, I'm in. I'm in. You got me.
Thomas,
oh, it's my turn.
it's your turn.
Oh, my bits are just about weather, and the
Whether or not what?
no, just weather, like actual like weather, Earth's weather. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what it's about. It's the what'd you call it? The haboob,
A haboob.
a haboob,
A derecho?
or derecho.
No, not derecho. It's a derecho.
It's the derecho.
I don't know. Doesn't derecho mean right in Spanish?
I don't know. That's
Izquierda
derecho.
is left and derecho is right, I think.
Derecho?
Derecho?
I don't think that's it.
I don't know.
But it's just a major storm. It's kind of pretty much called like a land hurricane, like 100-mile.
Haboob.
Yeah, 100-mile-an-hour-per-hour winds, striking things and doing crazy stuff. So I gave like 3 videos, and one of the videos are like driving, and then all of a sudden like the guy on the radio sitting there talking, and then he's like, "Make sure you get to shelter. Just make sure you get somewhere." And then it just goes to static, and everybody's just like, "Oh fuck," and you hear the dad doing it, and they're driving to try to find some type of place to cover because. Like the storm, like it's nice and bright out, and then all of a sudden it just gets like pitch black, and it's just like almost apocalyptic. There we go.
Apocalyptic?
Yeah.
Apocalyptic.
So
So what you're saying is you went down a rabbit hole trying to watch people get murdered by weather.
no, I was just interested in the weather itself, watching it kind of like fly at you. I've seen it happen before, where weather kind of like comes at you,
Yeah.
and then like it's just different watching it come in because it's just a bunch of dirt and stuff that's all getting picked up and just taken along, and then all of a sudden it just turns pitch black and things are real crazy.
It's freaky.
Yeah, it's pretty cool though. It's cool weather.
Crazy.
If you're not living in it, yeah, sure.
No, I mean, shit, I've been through hurricanes, tornadoes, random storms out in
Yeah,
the
and those aren't
ocean.
fun.
No, they're not fun.
Nobody
But
likes those. Little microburst.
I've been through a microburst. That's cool.
We had one over here the other day. The neighbor across the street lost almost their whole tree.
Jeez,
It was really scary.
that's crazy.
We got lucky. Nothing fell in. Well, we had a branch fall in our backyard, but nothing fell in or hit the house or anything like that. It
I
was
should
nuts.
include that video. I saw that on one of those videos too, where just in Iowa, this just
Yeah.
like came in and the whole tree goes, just breaks apart.
Shit's nuts.
And I was like, whoa! I was like, that's crazy. Yeah, pretty cool.
My grandparents had one. They had a 70-year-old oak tree. The whole thing uprooted because that's how hard the wind was blowing.
Yeah.
And the thing had some deep ass roots. Like it fell over sideways, and the roots were like 18 feet out, kind of
Ouch.
thing like that. And you're like, and that fell over?
Yeah.
Glad it went that way and not this way. All right, y'all would have been dead. Okay.
Thievery.
Mine is apparently Mark Hamill is teaming up with Jack in the Box because they're bringing back basically like some nostalgia menu. I guess they're bringing back their French toast dippers. I don't go to Jack in the Box.
I actually like the French toast dippers.
No offense to Jack in the Box. I just don't like your product.
That extreme sausage sandwich is my jam.
Yeah. No, the French toast, when they had them way back when, that was pretty good. I'd always go grab that stuff.
I don't know. The largest E. coli outbreak in American fast food history happened at the Jack in the Box. That was the only one I actually knew of that existed in Colorado. So yeah, when like 10 people died, I was like, I don't think Jack in the Box is worth it. It doesn't seem that good.
I don't think it was Jack in the Box that made that happen. It was just probably their product and the manager.
No, it was across the country, but that specific location, like 10 people died.
Oh wow.
It was bad. But anyway, I don't know about all the specifics. That was when I was very young. Not talking complete shit about Jack in the Box, and I have eaten there since then. But apparently, Mark Hamill, one of his first jobs he ever had was at Jack in the Box.
Nice.
And he was always like a back of house guy, doing everything like that. But his dream was always to work the drive-thru. And the first time he got to work the drive-thru, he decided that since the little voice over the speaker comes out the clown's mouth, because this is how long ago that he was. He was 19. He's 70 years old now. So the speaker still came out of the clown's mouth. So he decided to do a clown voice when he was doing it. And his boss apparently at the time said if he didn't think he could take the job seriously, that he should just go home and not come back. So that's what he did. But apparently they have now reached back out to Mark Hamill because they're bringing back 2 classics: the French toast stick dippers, and Mark Hamill. So Mark Hamill is now working with it. He did a whole thing like he worked the drive-thru for a day at a Jack in the Box.
Nice.
People kept coming through and they're like, "Hey, you kind of look like the guy from Star Wars." And he goes, "Yeah, I get that a lot." I'm a little upset that they don't still have the clown head with the speaker, because he could have done the Joker voice and it would have been amazing. But
they drove up and like, "You're Mark Hamill." No.
No, I just kind of look like him.
I just look like him. I do apologize.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, honestly.
I get this all the time. It's just
don't have that guy's career.
Yeah.
Wish I had that guy.
Wish I had that money.
He's got those character rights. That was good. That was good contract negotiation right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So it's just that's mostly just a funny article. It's really like a link to, they did like a whole expose and interview with him on it, and they're just talking about the day. And so it's just kind of a little article there. It's just got one short commercial. If you go on YouTube, you can find the other ones, and they're dumb and pretty funny. And it's Mark Hamill, who is amazing.
Yeah.
I have 3.
Oh.
3 bits? Jesus Christ.
1 for each week we were missing.
Whoa.
So
No, you have more than one every time.
Thank you, Peter. Continue.
So my first one is, so this actually happened like a month ago, but my friend was working at the time this happened. So there's this YouTuber, My House is Dirty, and this other YouTuber, Red. And apparently, in our fine area here of Houston, they decided
The Houston Metroplex, if I may.
they were going to ride a horse, an actual horse animal.
And see where they could go.
They went into Best Buy.
Yeah, they can go anywhere.
They went into...
You can really take that horse anywhere.
They got kicked out of every single store.
Yeah, because the store was like, "Hey, man, like,
Can you not bring a
Can you
horse
not
in?
bring
They
a
there?
horse?
went into
That's
Best
my
Buy.
establishment.
They went into IKEA. They went into Home Goods.
They were over by the Galleria Mall.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
And they were off I-10.
Oh, off I-10.
Yeah, they hit basically all the stores on that stretch from that IKEA there to that Best Buy. They pretty much just tried to hit every store they could and see how many they could
so they
get
were down
into.
by the marquee. Okay, got it.
And
There we go.
so my friend was working at the time in that Best Buy when that dude came in, and he sent me a video. And then shortly after that, my other friend, DJ, our friend of the show, DJ,
yeah.
his girlfriend was working in the IKEA, so then I got a fucking video from him, like, yo. And so the one that I have linked here is the actual one from their YouTube that shows all the stores they went into. It's just cray-cray.
The cops just go, "You gotta leave."
Can you just take the horse and
Leave
go,
when
man?
you go, "Yeah, all right." You just leave.
Get your horse
the cops,
and go.
The cops weren't called to any of the scenes. They, for the most part, left voluntarily. But there were cops in the Best Buy at the time they chose to go in there. And the cops were like, "You got it."
Turn that puppy around. All right. We're not zoned for this.
Yeah.
Technically not illegal. it's illegal when you trespass, but it's not illegal when you first go into the establishment. And they go, hey man, you can't bring that horse in here. You gotta go out.
If you insist, this is my service
think-
horse.
This is
and
my
I
service
have to stay.
At one time, they do try that. They're like, "Oh, it's my emotional support horse," and they're like, "No, you gotta,
No.
you gotta go."
You're like that lady with the emotional support turkey. I just don't believe it.
It was the Home Goods or how TJ Maxx or whatever the hell it was that they did make it the furthest, and that they actually did make it all the way to the back of the store, and then were able to leave it back up before they got. But yeah. So my next one, and I'm really upset that I did not know this when we were just in Disney.
Well, what
So,
the fuck? Are you gonna make me
apparently, if you are the first group of guests to ride the Tower of Terror, there is a super fancy special book that you get to sign that forever makes you part of the Tower of Terror history.
Like each day?
Each day.
The first group that gets bounced up and down gets to sign the guest book, and then they
Like-
put the guest book in the lobby?
Not the first group, like the very first group in line. So like if it were
Oh, we
me
wouldn't
and
have gotten it anyway.
bro, I would have been there first thing, super early, 6 o'clock in the morning waiting if I would have known this was a thing.
How big is this book? How long has this been around?
I'm not sure how long they've been doing it. From
So
the
how many
look
books
of
they
the,
have?
I don't know.
Because they must have a lot of books.
But
Or they toss
the
it.
people that like in the picture, it kind of looks like your normal size like wedding guest book, and they were like halfway through that one. But I don't know exactly how long they've been doing it. I just know if you're the first like group of like guests or whatever that's riding to get in line, they let you sign it, and then they personally walk you to the front of the line, like through the queue. So next time,
I wonder if they actually keep those books.
I'm sure they do. They probably go into the Disney archives.
So you can be like, back in 1972, when the Tower of Terror opened, I signed my name on that book. I'd like to know if you still have that book.
Definitely didn't open till like the 80s, but that's fine.
Do you have my signature on that book? I'd like to see it. So,
My
sir, we have to
last-
pull this out of the Disney archive. Well, I just wanted to see it. Can I please see it?
I need to file a Freedom of Information Act request real quick.
My last bit is of a cast member threatening a guest at Oga's Cantina.
Okay, I saw this headline and I'm like, this can't be true. So what is this?
First of all,
What actually happened here?
Threatened guest, air quote. So, in Oga's Cantina, which is in Galaxy's
We
Edge.
went and it was amazing. Their drinks are overpriced, but they were delicious. And I got drunk. And then we rode the Tower of Terror. It was fun.
So there was a group of people at one of the little tables, and someone's videoing this cast member, and the cast member has a lightsaber, and they turn it on, and this light goes, "No weapons!" And this cast member locks eyes, and she comes over, and she's like, "You want to go? You want to go?" And the guy's like, "There's not supposed to be any weapons in here," and she's like, "Bro." Another cast member goes over, and I forget what her name is, but for the sake of the story, we're just gonna call her Stacy. And he's like, Stacy, no, put it down, Stacy. It's okay, Stacy. And she's giving him a look. He's like, no, honey, look, you just want to upset them. You just take away their alcohol. Grabs this man's drink and walks the fuck away. Fantastic, beautiful, loved it.
So she threatened them with an ignited lightsaber.
Right. And then...
In their defense, those lightsabers, you can whack the shit out of somebody with those and it won't break.
But it was just a really cool guest experience, and it was really
I
fun.
don't know if it's a really cool guest experience. It seemed like they
mean-
were threatened.
Everybody really enjoyed it. The guy was laughing.
Yeah. We had some fun experiences eating at Disney.
We had a lot of fun experience. I got to meet Chewbacca on the fly, and he pointed out my life day button, and I got a picture with him. It's really awesome.
She did get a picture with Chewbacca. And then she got extra gray stuff when we went to the Beast Castle. It was delicious.
I did not pay for one single dessert this entire trip.
Unless it was a Dole Whip, because they didn't.
Right,
They didn't
right,
just give me Dole Whips for free, the bastards.
But I mean, like, at our meal times,
The cheap bastards.
they kept bringing me desserts for free, and it was wonderful.
Heck,
You
we-
also revealed Maddie's father's lies.
The lies.
Oh, about the dining plan,
The Dole Whips are on the dining plan. Or they were.
which they are bringing back.
Or they are bringing them back there?
Yes.
Anyway.
Well, that is going to do it for us this evening. Unless anything goes terribly wrong again, a new 8-Bit Cat show should be out on Friday. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can support us on Patreon at patreon.com/8bitcats. You can also find us on Facebook and Instagram for any updates on what's going on. In case something does happen, that's where I put the updates. Until next time, my friends, geek out and be fabulous.
Can you take me where the dick puppets are?
Have fun.